Hello, I'm Brian Fitzgerald, the Golf Doctor, and here we are in early 2018, and today I'm going to give you the 5 things that you can do that's going to help improve your score. If you're interested in this, stay tuned. So if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. This channel is all about helping you play better golf. And as I said before, we're in early 2018 and I'm going to give you 5 things that you can work on to improve your score. So the first thing we can do to help improve our golf is to try and make sure that we hit the right club into the green. And in doing that, we probably should add one. So most people, when I go out and do an on-course session with them, they just don't hit enough club. They are thinking that if I hit my absolute best shot, the ball is going to go that distance. And they're right, but invariably they're not great golfers, they're just very average golfers. And if they do hit their absolute best shot, it'll be perfect. But they don't hit their absolute best shot most of the time. Most of the time they're hitting it slightly less than perfect. So just if you think it's an 8 iron, if you hit a 7 iron, I think you're going to find you're going to hit the ball on the putting surface more often. And a lot of my clients, when we go out on the course and we talk about this, they say, oh, gee, it's an 8 iron. If I hit a 7 iron, I'm going to go over the back. Well, you really won't, and it's not unless you hit a really bad shot and you hit it skinny and it rolls and goes over the back. Sure, it'll go over the back then. But if you think about it, most greens are about 30 yards from front to back. That would be the average green. There is about 7 to 8 yards difference between every club in the bag. So if you're hitting it to the middle of the green, that's going to be about 15 yards. So you've still got 15 yards beyond where the flag is to get to the back of the green without going over. 15 yards is 2 clubs. So if you think it's a 7 iron to the middle of the green, you could take a 6 iron and still hit your best shot and it's going to be on the green, not even on the back of the green. It's just going to be on the green. You're going to be about 7 to 8 yards from the hole. You could even hit 2 more and be right on the back edge. So there's not a lot of danger of you hitting it over the back. Of course, if the pin is right up the back of the green, that then puts you in the category of, yeah, you might hit it over the back. But just as a general rule, if you can try and hit 1 more club than you think, I think you'll find you'll hit the ball on the green more often. So that will be saving you a shot. Hopefully you 2-putt it and then you walk off with a par. The second thing is, when it comes to putting, too many people are standing over the ball with their putter. In fact, I'll grab my putter. So they're standing over the ball with their putter and they're thinking, how hard do I have to hit this putt to get to the hole? So they're thinking in terms of how hard or how soft. And that's really the wrong thought because that's subjective. It's subjective to how you feel. Did you get enough sleep? Have you been working too hard? Are you a bit tired, a bit lethargic? Did you go to the gym? Did you have some car rage on the way to the golf course? All these things affect how you feel. And feel-based systems can work, but they're not consistent. I want a much more consistent putting method. So instead of thinking of it in terms of how hard or how soft you hit the putt, I'd really like you thinking more in terms of what length of swing do I need to get the ball the distance that I want it to go. So timing is important and we want to work on our timing, but if you can just think in terms of how long your backswing should be and how long your follow through should be to produce the putt that you want, I think you're going to find you will hit the ball closer to the hole with your first putt. And if you can get the ball close to the hole with your first putt, you're going to 3-putt a lot less. You might even knock one in, but that's not always the aim. Sure, it's the ultimate aim, but if you can just get the ball close to the hole with that first putt, you will have less 3-putts. That's going to save you some shots. Okay, so the third thing we can do to help lower our score is just to improve our alignment. A lot of people really don't pay enough attention to alignment. They're always trying to align themselves down the fairway. Now, that's good if you hit it straight, but really, how many people hit it straight? I know I certainly don't hit the ball straight. I hit the ball where I want it to go. I'm very accurate, but I do not have a straight ball flight. My ball flight is a slight draw, which means it spins right to left. about 10 yards. So the worst thing I can do is aim it down the middle of the fairway. If I hit my standard shot, I'm going to go 10 yards left, which is okay if the fairway's wide. So I tend to aim 10 yards right. Now other people hit it with a fade or even a slice, and that's okay. I have made a video on how you can hit the fairway with a 30-yard slice, and I can put a link at the top of the page there to that video. What I'm talking about today is just the number one mistake I see people make with their alignment. They pay a lot of attention to their feet, and they think, I've got to get my feet right, and then they take their setup. But if I do my setup there, which is actually incorrect, but you'll see what I mean in a minute, my shoulders are aiming a lot further left than where my feet are going. Now, I don't feel like they are, but they are. You can see it from that camera view right there. Now, the reason most people get this wrong is it's where the left hand sits on the driver. We have our left hand on top. We want to put our right hand on, and the way most people do it is they do this. And you can see there that my shoulder is open to my feet. It just doesn't feel it. So what I would like you to do is try and practice either taking your grip in this position here, and you can see that the left shoulder is higher on the club. Sorry, the left shoulder is higher than the right because my right hand is underneath. So we tilt the shoulder up rather than turning the shoulder. It's a much easier way of doing it. It's going to feel strange the first few times you do it. Your brain is going to tell you that you're aiming a long way right, but you won't be. You'll actually be aiming it quite straight. So on the subject of alignment, the fourth thing we can do to improve our alignment, let's say we've got our feet right and we've got our shoulder right, the next thing we have to do is we have to align the club face. So if you have say a 10-metre fade, you're aiming 10 metres left of centre, so your feet are aiming 10 feet left of centre, 10 yards left of centre. Your shoulders are aiming 10 yards left of centre, but I see so many people then have a square club face to the middle of the fairway. So if you're aiming for a little fade, I want you to pretend that everything is straight and you're standing on a lazy Susan, one of those little spinning tabletops. So we want everything to move a little bit to the left. So we align our feet, we make sure our shoulders are in line with our feet, then we have to make sure that that club face is at a right angle to our feet. We don't want that club face aiming straight. That's a surefire recipe for you blocking it further right than you wanted to do. So we just aim everything slightly left. Club face, feet, hips, shoulders, the whole thing. And that's going to help you to hit more fairways. So you're saving shots from chipping it out of the trees, getting it on the fairway. That will definitely lower your score. And the final thing is in the grip. So many people get the grip wrong. They pay a lot of attention to how the grip sits up on top there, but unfortunately most people get the grip in the wrong part. They actually get the grip in this part of the hand. We really need to get the grip in those middle joints. It's just so important to get that there. If you keep it in that last joint there and you do the correct movement in the swing, you're going to get back with a closed club face. It's going to make you hook it. The self-adjusting mechanism kicks in and tries to compensate, and you tend to just block it a little bit, and then the club face opens too much and you hit it with a slice. I've made a whole video on this, and I'll put a link at the top of the page on that video. So there you go. There are my 5 things to work on. Of course, is there more? There's a lot more, but they're just 5 that I've isolated, that if you can work on those 5, you will start to score better in 2018. Thank you for letting me help you with your golf. I'm Brian Fitzgerald, the Golf Doctor. And if you like my videos, you can click on the round avatar to subscribe down the bottom there. You can get further information on my Facebook page or my Twitter feed. You can also sign up to my electronic newsletter or listen to any of my podcasts at thegolfdoctor.com.au.